your mirrors, or actually start there.
And that thing comes down too, right? That thing?
Oh, yes.
That's what you use to climb on?
Yep.
Okay, and you just grab the handle?
Yep. So you would start with your windshield wipers, the hose and all that, to your mirrors,
The hose.
to the mirrors,
Okay.
to the directional, back to the tire.
Okay.
So you can just
The hood
latch.
in between. Okay.
Right.
The hood latches. You just have to say that that's secure, securely mounted, not missing nuts or bolts.
Right, just securely mounted, no missing nuts and bolts.
Okay. Do you have to say it's not cracked or anything because it's the plastic?
It wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
I mean, after a while, they're only going to make you do one side of the bus. If they even make
Oh,
you do
okay.
the front, they might not even make you do the front because I'm going to have you hammer everything out inside. Because remember, on the inside, you got the cross arm, you got your
Right.
side, you have your mirrors, you have your
Oh, because
windshield
you set the
wipers.
points.
That's why those lights, you can see them in the mirrors. I hammer a lot of points out,
Right.
and while you're inside. So he might, after he's done with that, just have you come out and do the side of the bus. Now, the side of the bus, he'll tell you from the doors back.
Okay.
So what you would do is you would step back, obviously, you can't get off the bus here. And you would start at the very tippy top with your clearance lights. With your three clearance lights.
Okay.
2 lenses yellow in color, 1 red, not cracked, damaged, or broken, no securely mounted, no missing nuts and bolts.
Okay.
To your glass. Oh, no, sorry. We'll go to your emergency exit sign.
Okay.
You can actually stand in the middle. Looks like round somewhere in the middle. The emergency exit sign. It's not missing any. It's securely mounted, not lifting or peeling, no missing letters. The reflective tape around the window, securely mounted, not peeling. And then you will work. I mean, you don't have to address this, but you could just say the township markings. Securely mounted, and they're painted on. Securely mounted. No missing letters. Then you work your way down a little more, and you'll get to here. You'll open the door. Door is securely mounted. You'll actually have to put your hand on it and make sure it's
Tight.
tight.
Okay.
Okay. And you'll address it as your diesel fuel gauge, diesel fuel compartment.
And you have to say that's not lifting, peeling, or...
Yep.
Okay, not missing any letters.
Okay.
What do you say when you just say it's tight
It's
enough?
securely mounted, and just say it's securely mounted and it's tight.
Okay.
Okay. Now, before we hit the tire on this side, you're going to hit. You have reflectors.
On the bottom.
On these buses, they're actually reflectors.
Okay, but these are stickers.
These are stickers, but you're
Okay.
going to say my reflectors. 2 yellow, 1 red, securely mounted, not lifting or peeling. No missing nuts and bolts because there are no missing nuts and bolts.
Okay.
Then we would go to said tire. Okay.
Back tires are
Now-
230 seconds.
230 seconds.
230 seconds.
No less than 230 seconds. I will always have good tires on here because I bother them. No, they're good to me. Because I train, they always make sure I have good tires.
Right.
Okay. Just my wheel well, rubber seal. I mean, to me, it's anything that's supposed to be on the bus. You know what I mean? You
Right.
gotta say. So just say my rubber gasket around my wheel well, securely mounted, not missing any nuts and bolts, not ripped, worn, torn, cut, frayed, dry rotted.
Okay.
Back wheels. I have 2. They're evenly worn. The tread is no less than 230 seconds. There is enough space between the tires. They're not touching. Because remember he discusses in there?
Yes.
They're not touching.
Okay.
So you'll put your hand back there. Okay, then you'll come to the front of the side of the tire. There's no bubbles, there's no rips, tears. They're not ripped, worn, torn, cut, frayed, or dry rotted. To my rim, which is not cracked, damaged, or broken. There are no wells, no holes other than factory. My lug nuts are securely mounted. There are no rust patterns that would indicate looseness. To my hub seal, which is securely mounted. There are no wet spots or rust patterns, which would also indicate a leak.
Okay.
Okay, so that loose, that would be a leak or loose
Okay.
or leak, both. Okay, and you're supposed to be able to see both of them, but you don't always see them. Then my tire stems, located that are centered, and they're capped. Just say they.
They. Oh, because there's two.
Yes, one
Okay.
on both sides.
Are you supposed to like be able to like reach through or something to see the other?
Most of the time you should be able to see them, but they don't always match up.
Okay.
They can be off just a smidge.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what you would do for this. You would also, there was something else I missed too. You're gonna have an air pressure gauge,
Oh, okay.
just in case. It's just, I believe, I want to say it's one.
Should say it on it, right?
It's supposed to, but my tires don't say it on them. I want to say it doesn't say it.
Yeah, it just says the 120 psi. But is that for the air pressure or for the for the bus?
I think it's 100 and one's 90. I think in the back they're at 90 and the front is 100.
Okay.
I'll have to ask Jimmy. They don't really ask what the pressure should be,
Okay.
but I always like to know. Okay, that's for the side. You're also gonna go. Then you're gonna walk back over here because we're actually have to go down.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna go to my doors. Once again, the doors are securely mounted. The glass is not cracked, damaged, or broken. Rubber seal is not ripped, worn, torn, cut, frayed, or dry rotted. And then the last item would be my entrance light.
Right.
Lens clear in color, securely mounted, no missing nuts and bolts. That's that.
Okay.
Then you would come back over here. This is when you go down. Because this way you're already done all up here.
Okay.
Then you come down here. And I gotta get my chalk out because it wore off. There's one thing.
Yeah.
That's frame. That's one side of the frame. So you're gonna say, okay, that's my frame. It's not cracked, damaged, or broken. There are no welds, no holes other than factory. Then you're gonna work your way over to the thing that's just right below it right here. That is your drive shaft. I'm sorry, that's your exhaust. Drive shaft's in the middle. That's your exhaust. It's not cracked, damaged, or broken. No missing nuts and bolts. There are no slip patterns that would indicate a leak. Then the item in the middle, that is your drive shaft.
Okay.
It's not cracked, damaged, or broken. It's not twisted. It's not laying on the U-hoops. Those are U-hoops.
Okay.
U-bolts
Not
or
laying on
anything.
U-hoops.
Not laying on the U-hoops.
Okay.
Okay, not missing any nuts and bolts. That's what you recognize for that. That's-
Okay.
Okay, then right there, that thing that's hanging
By the tire?
by the tire.
Okay.
That's attached to the frame. This thing.
Yes.
Okay, these are my hangers. Not cracked, damaged, or broken. No welds. No holes other than factory. Securely mounted. No missing nuts and bolts. These are your leaf springs. Okay, my leaf springs not cracked, damaged, or broken. Securely mounted. They're not twisted. They're aligned. And you can't say working properly because, well,
You don't know.
you don't know. But leaf springs, it's part of your suspension, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, so, like you said, leaf springs, but you're going to stand, you'll be out here, and you're just going to point everything out.
Okay.
They're securely mounted, they're not twisted or bent, there's no missing nuts and bolts. And that's...
Do you have to touch it or you could just point to
No,
it?
you're going to point.
Okay.
He's going to listen to you while you're doing all that.
Okay.
Okay? That's your leaf springs.
I didn't even know. I just didn't realize that there's a speaker.
Oh, yes.
Like a megaphone underneath.
Oh, yes. Oh, and we bust chops all the time yelling out.
I didn't realize that there was one underneath.
Okay, the last thing you're going to see over here is that is an airbag. That keeps the bus from being a low rider. So you're going to say, okay, that's my airbag, securely mounted, not cracked, damaged, or broken, no missing nuts and bolts.
Okay.
I have to get my chalk out.
I see an X on it.
Yeah, there was, but it wore off from remember all the rain we had?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now on the other side of the bus, back of the bus is fairly easy. Before we do the back of the bus, I want to display it's the same thing.
Okay.
We do everything the same exact way on this side of the bus for the side.
Okay.
With the exception of
The stop sign.
you'll address
Oh, the panel.
the service breaker box.
Okay.
Okay, that's the circuit breaker box. Door, securely mounted, not cracked, damaged, no missing nuts and bolts, working properly. Your battery box. Yes, you have 3 batteries. Your 3. Okay.
Okay.
Your battery box, securely mounted, no missing nuts and bolts, working properly. The stop sign. So it pulls back automatically. Okay, securely mounted, no missing nuts and bolts. The wires are not ripped, worn, torn, cut, frayed, or dry rotted. 2 lenses, red in color, not cracked, damaged, or broken. No missing nuts and bolts.
Okay.
Directional. Yellow
Okay.
in color, not cracked, damaged, or broken. No missing nuts and bolts. Then we would get down to over here. Now, what's different on this side?
What is this?
That's a radio antenna.
You don't have to address
They
that?
don't care about that.
Okay.
That is your radio for the music, and the one that's on top of the mirror, that is your radio for your two-way for us to just chat to each other.
Okay.
Now under here, these are your air cans.
Okay.
Air tanks.
Air tanks.
Oh, that's what I forgot before. Okay, these are your air tanks. So you would, those are your air tanks, securely mounted, not cracked, damaged, or broken. Securely mounted, missing nuts and bolts. The hoses, not ripped, worn, torn, cut, frayed, or dry rotted.
Okay.
Okay, to your frame, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not twisted. No missing nuts and bolts, no holes other than factory. You once again cover your drive shaft.
Okay.
Okay, your exhaust. Okay, it can never be resting on your U-hoops. Your U-hoops would, if it's resting on your U-hoops, that means it broke.
Yeah.
Okay, then once again, you would go to your hangers, to your leaf springs. Now, what I didn't see when I was over there is, do you see there's like a round can that's right behind the wheels?
Yes.
Okay, that is your air brake can.
Air brake can.
Yep, that's what those tanks feed to those.
Okay.
There's
So
one,
like
there's one on both sides, actually.
Yeah, there's like green underneath it. Like or it looks green with
Yeah,
like
there's
a
a
yellow
Yep.
or an orange cap.
Okay, so what you're gonna say is my air brake cans, they're not cracked, damaged, or broken. They are securely mounted. There are no missing nuts and bolts. The air brake lines, hoses. Sorry, they're not lines.
Air brake
Hoses,
hoses.
because they feed air, so they have to be hoses.
Okay.
Hoses are not cracked, damaged, or broken, and are securely mounted. They are not ripped, worn, torn, cut, frayed, or dry rotted.
Okay.
That's the only thing extra on this side of the bus would be underneath are your
The air
tanks,
Uh-huh.
and then these little boxes and your stop sign.
Okay.
But on both sides, you have to remember your air cans.
And there's
Air
the
brake
only
cans.
signal on here, not the
There's
oh,
one.
there's reflectors on top. Okay.
There's only one. That's the signal that you see inside for your hazards, and
Right.
then there's one on the other side too that I missed. There's not a whole lot. It just covers a big space.
Yeah. Well, no, that's why I wanted to record it so that way
Yep.
I can like visually.
Yep.
Okay. And then you would say the same thing about the sticker reflectors, the emergency.
Yep. Same exact way.
Okay. And then the
Tires the same
tires.
way. Underneath the bus is like it's basically your air cans, your air brakes, air tanks, your frame, your drive shaft, your exhaust pipe, to your hangers, to your leaf springs, to your air brake cans, to your air brake hoses, to your air brake bag, to your air bag. Which is that
Okay.
thingy right there.
Yep.
That's everything underneath the bus you need to know.
Okay.
I have yet to have anybody ever have to go under and do it, but you need to know.
Okay.
So when you're doing the side of the bus, you will just input
The back of the bus.
back of the bus. This is the fun, exciting part. The same thing. You start at the top. The 3 red clearance lights, securely mounted, not cracked, damaged, broken, blah blah blah. Say the school bus lights, 2 yellow, 2 red in color, not cracked, damaged, or broken. No missing nuts and bolts.
Mhm.
Securely mounted. Emergency door sign, securely mounted, not ripped, worn, torn, cut, frayed, dry rotted, not lifting, not missing any letters. Reflective tape. Not cracked, ripped, worn, torn, cut, frayed, dry rotted, not lifting. And you move your way down to My directionals, touch them both. My directionals, 2 lenses, yellow